greens. So
Athletic
basically,
greens.
it's a once a day powder. You know, you mix it with your water, you drink it. It has basically all your vitamins. It also has
Mm.
plant extract, mushroom extract, and some other shit in there. It's supposed to be like a one and done supplement,
This
basically.
sounds gross, I'm just saying.
Well, I had it. I just got in today. I took the first one. It's actually because some of the extract is like from like tropical stuff, so it had like a coconut pineapple flavor almost. So it
Okay.
actually wasn't gross. Although I will say, like the end flavor after you swallowed it and let it sit for a second, it's kind of plasticky. But I think it's because I
Mm.
used their plastic container it came with. I didn't wash it, so it's probably because the container was plastic.
I
So
first of
it's like
all,
a
it
it's like a
still sounds
green
gross.
juice. It's a green juice, basically.
Yeah, Troy has something like that too. Because he's like, I don't want to eat vegetables because he doesn't like vegetables because he's a
Yeah.
child. Um,
Well,
so he's like, I'm just gonna drink like this supplement, which gives me all the things that I would get if I ate vegetables. And I'm like, okay. And it looks disgusting whenever he drinks it. I'm like, no, thank you.
well, I will say, it's really just because like I just want to be as I'm getting older, as I'm aging, I just want to be like, I want to have something in
Shut
my
up.
system. Shut the fuck up. Something in my system that I know is like, even if like I had a really bad day, maybe with food or not eating enough, or just like a bad stressful day, I know I've done something good for my body. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've
Hmm.
already started the day off on a good foot. And that foot is covered in green liquid. So
As long as it's not
now
white
I have
liquid.
now well that would be my mouth covered in white liquid, not my foot. Um, so now I have like a little routine. So I wake up, and it's best to take it out empty stomach. So I'm gonna wake up, drink my athletic greens. I'm gonna take my prep on my finasteride pill for my hair loss and for my HIV prevention.
Yeah.
And then at night I take my fiber drink. So
Mm.
I'm getting everything I need in my little schedule. Um,
Here's how I feel. Ready?
about what? Anything or right
About
now? What?
supplements.
Okay.
If I am gonna take supplements, then I want to take supplements in a pill form because I
Yeah.
hate the drinks.
Do you do the
Uh,
gummies?
um, uh, I've tried the gummies before.
Oh, the gummies are good.
They were fine. I've had them
The
before.
the one a day men's multivitamin gummy that's fruit flavored, and they're
Yeah,
all
I've had
different fruit
those.
shapes.
I don't really like the vitamins. Like I don't know. I don't really believe in that type of stuff. But like I feel like it's not like you don't
Yeah.
need it.
No, honestly, you don't. I think you only need it when you're not getting one. Like if you're not getting
Yeah.
enough B whatever 12, you need it. But you'd only know that if you went to an actual, doctor and they did a blood test. So
Yeah.
normally people with a normal diet get everything they need. However, I like how this one not just has the vitamins, but it also has other things as well. Um, I've been reading a lot about mushroom extracts and how mushrooms apparently have a lot of beneficial compounds for things like mental health.
Ooh,
So it
stunning.
has like two mushroom extracts and a plant extract along with these vitamins. So you know what? It's like a subscription thing. So I bought the first month. There was a discount code. So it came with like a 30-day trial, the powder. It came
Yeah.
with a bottle. It came with a vitamin supplement liquid. It came with a travel pack, 5 travel packs of it. It came with a container to put everything in, and it was like 79.99. And I'm gonna cancel it. And
Oh,
if in 30 days I feel great and I love it, then I'll get it again.
okay. No, I'm not knocking supplements, but like,
You knock me
uh,
up.
I mean, daddy's cummies. You
Knock
want you
this
want my
me
baby
up.
batter. Um, no, I'm not.
Baby.
I'm not knocking supplements. I just don't like drinking them because like every time I have a drink that's like a supplement, it's always like a powder, and then when you mix the powder, it like no matter you could shake it all you want. You could shake it for days, and when you drink it, you'll still like taste the powder. Like I don't know what it
Yeah,
is about these supplements.
yeah.
So I hate drinking them, but if I could get it in a pill, then I'd much rather take it as a pill. That's just
I
me.
will.
Okay.
Oh no, I understand. I will say this though. The one reason I like the powders, so like my Metamucil is the powder, it's not the pill.
Mm-hmm.
I have tried fiber pills, they're fine. And the supplement is now powder, it's not a pill. The only reason I like it is because it forces me to drink more water because I have to drink it in water. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
drink a shit ton of water anyway, but it ensures that I'm starting and ending my day with water. In the
Speaking of
morning, I'm
water,
drinking.
mm.
Oh, in the
Hmm.
morning I'm drinking my AG1 with water, and at night I'm drinking my fiber with water, and then I got my big water bottle here that I'm drinking throughout the day. I'm guzzling water.
And pissing
Guzzle,
all the
guzzle,
time.
guzzle. Oh, honey, especially when I'm on that Adderall, I'm in that bathroom every fucking 20 minutes like clockwork. My piss is crystal clear, like a Poland Spring
Oh
bottle,
yeah,
baby.
so
You
you're
could
just so
drink it.
overhydrated.
Well, that's the thing. When I was young, I know this is not related to anything we're supposed to be talking about. When I was young, I saw a news story that a woman either like almost died or died at a marathon or a half marathon because she was overhydrated. She drank too much water. And I was
Overhydrated.
like, that's a thing. And they're like, yeah, drink too much water. The osmotic balance can't be regulated in your body and your cells fucking explode. And I'm like, and then I was worried for a good like several months in my childhood that I was going to drink too much water and die.
I
So,
mean, like they always say, too much of anything is bad for you. You shouldn't have too much of anything.
oh yeah, everything in
Unless
moderation
it's
is great.
dick. Too much dick
Well,
doesn't
then again,
exist.
fentanyl, like even a little fentanyl can kill you. So don't eat, let's not even try
Well,
that.
okay, I'm not. I'm saying too much of something
Oh, I
too much
know.
of most things
I
can
know.
kill
It's just
you.
because I said everything in moderation, and I was like, wait,
Oh,
that's
okay,
not
okay.
necessarily true. Although I've had fentanyl and it was great in a clinical setting after a surgery. I did not have it recreationally. It was after a surgery, and they gave me a tiny, tiny baby. I think she even said it's a baby dose, which I don't think we should be saying dosage is baby forms for like hard drugs, but whatever.
Oh my! It just means it's a tiny dose because babies are tiny.
I know, but I
God.
don't like it because it's like we're not giving a baby fentanyl. I mean, you could. I'd probably kill it. Should we get
Okay.
started?
Yeah, we should because it's been 7 minutes since I hit record, and we've just been talking about
Well,
supplements.
okay, right. Let's get started. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to the What of the Gays Thing podcast. I am Matt Klubeck, and today with me I have my
Oh my
supplement.
god.
Pat, how
My
are you doing, Pat?
supplement. You're Matt Klubeck. Oh my god. You know what's funny? You always say your full name. I don't think I ever say my full name
That's fine. That's because I
because
don't care if
I don't
people
want people.
dox me. Honestly, it's
Well, I'm more worried. Like, what if I get a job one day? I was just thinking about this before. What if I get a
yeah.
job one day, my employer like calls me and is like, "You're doing a great job, but I heard that you like guzzling cum." And I think that's really bad for our brand. So I think we should take this moment to just say, and maybe we should put this up on our Twitter description, on our Mastodon description,
Mm,
whatever. The views expressed this podcast are only the views of our own and do not represent the views of others or people we work for.
right. I mean, I've never said where I work for. You can easily find where I work for. Honestly, you just look. If you look me up on LinkedIn, you can find where I work for.
Yeah,
But like, I don't really
but don't
care
do
that
that.
much. Don't do that. Don't do that, listeners. But I don't really care that much, honestly.
I've already
Okay.
said where I go to school, so they know.
Anyway, we're doing something today in this episode of the
Oh, right.
podcast. Instead of just us chit chatting like we always do.
You know what? I think that's great though. That's my favorite part of the pod.
Yeah, honestly, the beginnings are really fun. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we are doing a 2022 another year-end wrap-up. This
Yeah.
time, Pat is going to take the wheel and drive, and we're going to be talking about
Yes.
music, film, and whatever else you want to talk about.
Yeah, so let's get started because every time I do these fucking episodes, every year, it's so much and I have to keep whittling it down. So in years past, I have gone through all these things and I've given like little reviews, I've given descriptions for each one. I think we're gonna make it even smaller.
Okay,
I'm
even
going to
smaller.
I'm gonna start with each category. We're gonna go through each one, and I'm gonna either recommend it or not recommend it.
Okay,
Which most of these things I'm gonna recommend
it's very
because
binary of you, honestly.
oh, ones and zeros. I'm not a quantum computer. Quantum computing. That's
No,
cool.
isn't quantum computing like it not a binary? Like it's zero and
Exactly.
one, but
That's what I'm
everything in
saying.
between, right?
Yeah, I said I'm not a quantum computer because
No, but
I
then you
am
would be a
binary.
quantum computer.
No, I'm saying because you were saying that I'm binary, and I said, yeah, I'm not a quantum computer.
Oh, I get it. Okay, back on track. Yeah, sorry.
What? Okay, so anyway, and then I'll give a description if you want to talk about it. And if you've seen any of these, which I know you've only seen maybe three of these films or
Yeah.
heard of three of these shows or
Yeah, did you see the
whatever.
TikTok that I put up the other day of me freaking out about the movies?
Yes, I did. I saw that. I liked it. It was great. I also love how Jackie added stuff to this list and is not here to talk about it. So I'm gonna ignore what Jackie. Okay, we're gonna start with film.
Okay.
These might the film I think are in order of release. We got the new Scream film. Did you watch it?
Yes, I did
Oh, you
actually.
did. Great.
Yes.
Let's start on a good note. Okay, so Scream 5, technically,
Yes.
which is called Scream. Uh, and they're making a Scream 6. It comes out next year. It doesn't have Nev Campbell in it as Sidney Prescott. How do you feel?
I don't know, honestly, who's Sidney Prescott. I don't
The main character in every Scream film?
Wait, did I see this? No, I definitely saw this movie. He's gone. He's left. Pat has left the podcast. This is what my TikTok was addressing.
My God. Oh my God.
Did I see? I feel like I saw this film. I remember seeing it and like thinking it was very gory. I was like, my God, there's so much gore in this movie.
Well, how about this? Let me give you a little synopsis.
Okay.
It starts off with, like most Scream films, a girl home alone gets a call.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scary movie? Or let's do a scary movie trivia night. She pulls out some cards. It's a trivia game basically. And he's like, for every answer you get wrong, he doesn't actually say this, but basically he's gonna fucking kill her.
Yeah.
They're doing some trivia. He breaks in. He like fucking stabs her in the hand, stabs her in the shoulder, I think, breaks her leg, and like goes to kill her, and she ends up in the hospital, whatever. Did you see that film?
I've seen this movie, yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So Nev Campbell is the main older woman who comes back near the end of the film.
Oh, okay,
She was the main character in every film, basically. She's not coming back for the sixth one, and I think it's because she wanted more money and they didn't want to pay her, and she was like, "Well, I'm the face of these films, and you guys don't want to pay me enough," and I support her leaving.
Well, isn't Scream the face of the films?
Well, Scream is not the name of the killer.
No. What are they? They call him like Happy Face or something like that, right? It's
Ghost Face.
Ghost Face.
Happy Face. Is that the sequel to Happy Feet?
Happy Face.
Happy Face. And it's just clowns. No, she's a Scream queen. She's like the draw of the film. Okay, anyway, moving on. She's not gonna be in the sixth one.
Well, I probably support her too. I mean, it depends on how much money she had. Like, was she asking for a ridiculous amount of money? Like, I don't know.
I think she was just asking for more. And you know what? These horror films, they're not. Listen, Nev Campbell's not being paid as fucking Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow in Avengers: Infinity War. All right. Nev Campbell can probably make some more money, especially because she's been carrying this franchise for 2 decades now. Over 2 decades.
Point taken.
So, anyway, Scream came out. I loved it. I'd recommend it. It's up there as one of the better Scream films for sure.
Nice.
And Jenna Ortega's in it, who I love. And there's gonna be Scream 6, and it's completely different because it takes place in New York City.
Wasn't there 2 of them at the end of that? There were 2 Screams.
There were. Two Screams. Scream is not the name of the killer.
I'm sorry. There were. You know what I'm talking about. There were 2 ghost faces.
There were many screams in that film. They screamed a lot.
I remember the film now. There was one that like, they were in a hospital at one point. I remember this.
Yeah.
Film.
Yeah. All right. So then the Batman came out.
I didn't see this one.
I know you didn't. I'd recommend it. It's a new take, as if they're new takes on Batman. This is a new start to a Batman series with Robert Pattinson playing Batman, Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman, written and directed by Matt Reeves, I believe. It's lovely. It's very dark, gritty, noir, detective film. Amazing.
Can I ask, how many times are they going to reboot this series? Because I feel like they've rebooted it 20 times now.
Now, a counter question. A counter question to you. Why does it matter?
Okay, but like, why can't they just stick with one series?
Why does it matter?
What do you mean, why does it matter?
Why are you asking that question? Like, what's the benefit of staying with one Batman, one series?
Well, what story are you telling differently if you keep rebooting it?
Aha, you have to see the film and all the other films to know the difference, but you haven't, so you can't even ask this question because you're coming from a place of lack of knowledge.
Okay, Slay, drag me across the podcast, it's fine.
I will say this. They're adapting comics to film. You know how many times Batman's been rebooted in the fucking comics? Oh. Every Marvel hero, every DC
hero. Are they telling his
hero,
story differently, at least?
Well, that's the thing. New writers come on. So you take the same quote-unquote stories and you get new perspectives on them because there are always new writers. Because that's the basis of comics.
But what I feel like is half the time they reboot these series is because there's a new DCU director or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
And they're like, I don't want to continue this other person's piece of work, so I'm just going to make my own. That's why I feel like they keep doing this.
Well, because we have become complacent in over a decade of the Marvel Cinematic Universe where everything's connected. But lest we forget, prior to that, and even in the early days of Marvel, everything was disjointed. It's so hard for it to come together. Thankfully, Marvel's gotten their shit together and they can. But prior to that, we had, you know, four different Batmen, and then we had the attempt at the DC universe with Ben Affleck's Batman and Zack Snyder, and then we even have that's gone now too. That's all fucked up.
You know
Now
what
that's been
series
thrown
they
away.
need to reboot? Fast and
Avatar.
Furious.
Oh,
Avatar. They've been going with the same Fast and Furious for like 20, what was it, 20 movies or some shit like that? I
that's
don't
the
fucking
real
know.
cinematic universe.
They need to reboot that shit. Give me some new
Well, I
characters.
think there's only going to be two more films.
Two more? There's a million of them already.
I know, but I think like two more in the main series, and it's over.
Okay, this is why we never get to the end of this episode. Keep
Let's
going.
move
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Turning Red. I know you saw this.
Yes, I did. I did see
What
this.
did you think about this film?
It was lovely. I love this was probably my favorite. It was a Pixar film, right? It was probably
Yeah,
my favorite Pixar film in a while, I'd say.
I agree. I think highlighting women of color,
Yeah.
not many men in the family. Mostly it highlighted the women. Um, Women of color, the animation style was amazing. The sort of the inheriting of generational trauma. It's kind
Mm.
of like Hereditary, but not horror.
Not terrifying, yeah.
It's like women inheriting generational trauma, but in this fun, kooky way of turning into a giant panda.
Yeah.
Um, it's sort of like a metaphor for, I'm guessing, menstruation, because it aligns with her sort of becoming a woman, getting all like emotional about all those like teen bop boys in that one band.
Yeah.
So that's fun, I guess. But it had great animation, it had a great voice cast. It was a lovely film. How do you feel about her exploiting her gifts for monetary gain?
Listen, I don't obviously like the concept of that, but she is also a child in this movie, right? She's
Well,
like a
yeah,
teenager. Like
yeah.
that's like a that teenagers want money because they don't have any and they have no real way of getting it. So
Also,
it's
it's like autonomous. Like it's her using her own autonomy to make money doing what she does well, which is turn
yeah.
into a giant panda.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're a teenager and you're in high school and you don't have money for things and your parents don't give you the money for things, then you're gonna do things that perhaps maybe an adult wouldn't do. Um,
Right.
so I'm fine with it.
Because, the mom was all like, oh, when my panda came out, we sealed that shit up real fast. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
seeing her daughter just sort of exploit it. And she's like, this is this big responsibility, this big gift, this big important thing you're just using to go see a band. And there's that struggle there. And
teenagers
that's
have
great.
different priorities.
I know that's
Like,
great. That's why the movie works really well. There's that generational struggle, and I love it. And when all the old women at the end of the film come out to like help save the young woman, the
yeah.
daughter, I thought, and then the giant panda fight. I mean, come on.
Oh, and also the mother's panda was literally giant.
Yeah, kaiju level, Godzilla.
I loved it. I loved it. No, I
I
really
love.
did. But also, I thought it was so all the discourse so stupid about all these men being like, I can't,
Oh
like,
yes,
I can't. Oh, what was the word that they kept using? Like,
relate.
I can't sympathize with this movie, or I can't relate to this movie because it's an all female cast basically.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay, so what about women who watch like all men casts? Can they
yeah.
not relate? Because we never heard that complaint when it's an all men cast. So why is it when
Yeah.
it's an all women cast that men are suddenly complaining?
Like,
Anyway, I thought it was dumb.
think about it. Like, have you ever had disagreements with your parents where they wanted you to do something but you didn't want to in terms of like their way of life, and they had a very distinct path they wanted you to follow?
Oh yeah,
Or growing up and hitting puberty. Everyone does that.
yeah,
Changing emotions, you're realizing you're becoming not, I don't want to say sexually active because she's not sexually active, but you're becoming an autonomous person with your own set of feelings.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone can relate. So these men can shut the fuck up. The next film was X. Did you see X, the horror film?
No.
Basically, a bunch of people go to a like middle of the farmland farmhouse. It's being rented out, and they're shooting a porno there. And the
Okay.
people that own the place are this geriatric couple about 200 years old. And the husband's like, listen, you can do whatever you want to do in that house. Just don't anger my wife. She's sick, she's old. Just leave her alone. And then like creepy stuff starts happening with the wife,
Mm.
and the wife's like watching the porn being made, and the wife's like what's going on here? I won't spoil anything because it is pretty wild, but I will say that X came out this year, and then later this year, the prequel of X came out within the same year.
The prequel
X,
and the sequel?
well, the
Oh, the
first one was
prequel. Sorry,
X.
the prequel and the movie.
Yeah, X came out, and then the prequel Pearl came out, which I did not see, unfortunately, but it's about the wife when she was young
Ooh,
on
oh,
the same farm.
stunning.
And there's a sequel developing, which will probably come out next year called Maxine, which I want to see as well.
Oh,
This
stunning.
guy's putting out a whole trilogy within, less time than James Cameron can even put out one fucking movie.
Ah! Well,
Everything, everywhere, all at
wait. Would
once.
you recommend X? Did you say
Oh
that?
yeah, I would. I would recommend X. There's a great alligator scene.
Okay.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Pop my
I think
pussy.
we talked about it on the pod. I'm
We
pretty
did.
sure
We
we
had a
did,
whole episode about it, I think.
and we obviously both recommend it. If you could just give your elevator pitch to someone to watch it, give me that. What's your elevator pitch?
How long do elevator pitch is like a minute, right?
Just give me the I don't know, like couple sentences.
Okay. Um, it's like Multiverse of Madness except done well.
Doctor Strange found dead.
Multiverse of Madness done well. Very quirky, very fun, but also hits on some heavy topics.
Dildos, mama.
Dildos.
Dildos.
Is that a dildo?
Is that
What was I saying?
butt plugs?
Butt plugs. And also highlights a lot of different perspectives in storytelling. For example, the perspective of a queer woman and a queer Asian woman, the struggles of generational trauma, like in Asian families. I thought it was lovely.
Yes. I have to say this though. Jamie Lee Curtis being nominated for Best Supporting Actress, but not Stephanie Hsu, is a crime.
Oh, which one was Stephanie Hsu?
The daughter.
The daughter. Oh, she was
The daughter.
That was a supporting actress.
Well, because
Is
they're
she a
always
main
gonna.
character?
Well, because like Michelle Yeoh has the most screen time and is the main character, the mom.
Yeah.
Stephanie Hsu has a little less screen time as the antagonist, and there's a lot of time where it's just Michelle Yeoh contemplating things herself. So I would love it if Stephanie Hsu was also the main role, but I don't want her to be because I want Michelle Yeoh to win Best Actress and Stephanie Hsu to win Best Supporting Actress, and they can't both be in the same category because I think Michelle Yeoh would win just because Michelle Yeoh's performance. They're both amazing, but Michelle Yeoh's
Yeah.
performance is just it's so. In the Golden Globes, Jamie Lee Curtis was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and I was like, I understand she did really well, but Stephanie Hsu,
Yeah, she's like the main supporting actress. What do we mean?
her whole fucking clit, both lips.
Both.
I don't want to objectify a woman by her genitalia. That's unfair of me. It's just for comedic effect. She put her whole acting bone, her acting organ in there,
Right.
and flexed on those hoes. She said, I'm going to, in one scene, dance like some sort of Spanish mariachi dance, and then I'm going to literally suplex a man's head off, and then I'm going to take out these huge dildos and beat a man to death with it in one scene?
Oh,
one
she killed
scene?
that scene. That's the hallway scene, right? She killed
Yeah.
that scene.
Confetti, blood. You're telling... No other actor could do that but her.
She killed that scene. I absolutely loved it.
So I'm hoping the Academy Awards, because sometimes they're not always the same. I hope the Golden Globes gave it to Jamie Lee Curtis, at least the nomination. I mean, I hope the Academy Awards they nominate Stephanie Hsu for Best Supporting Actress, and Michelle Yeoh will obviously get Best Main or Actress, whatever. Highly recommend.
Also highly recommend.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, I thought these movies that you were going to say are movies that I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of these.
The second half of this list you're not gonna like.
Okay, well, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 I did see.
Yeah.
And it was
What did you
lovely.
think?
It was lovely.
Do you think this series is the best game adaptation to film?
Give me some other examples of other game adaptations.
Tomb Raider.
Haven't seen.
The original Super Mario Brothers movie. You haven't seen.
Don't think I've seen.
Okay.
Oh, Detective Pikachu. Okay,
Detective Pikachu.
that's another one, which I also thought was fun too. I
Doom?
think they're like on par with each other. Detective Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog. I didn't see Doom either though.
Now these are the movies you haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's great. I think it's definitely. I like it more than the first one. That's for sure.
Oh, nice. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I have to say, because Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, whichever one you want, that game is one of my favorite Sonic games.
Mm.
So now they, at the end of the spoiler alert for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, at the end, they bring up Shadow and they're going to
Mm.
introduce his storyline. And I'm very excited about it to see what they do in the third movie.
The one thing I'm worried about is that Jim Carrey, who's amazing,
Yeah.
not just as an actor, but as a person, amazing, beautiful human being. I
Yeah.
think they said this might be his last role. Now, I don't know if that meant this is his last film or Eggman is just the last role he's going to play and he's going to play out Eggman for like the
Oh.
rest of the series.
Oh my god, nobody
Because
could be Eggman besides Jim Carrey now. He's
I
already
know
cemented it. He like you can't replace
he's
him.
so I'm a little worried. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I would recommend. It's not groundbreaking. It's not going to
No.
blow your load, but it's pretty fun.
It is pretty fun, and I agree. Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't a blow your load type of climax.
Yeah.
Um,
Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. What did you think? You saw this, I think.
I did, and you know what I think? I honestly don't remember the movie, so
It's
I'm
yeah,
gonna say that it wasn't that good. But
I wouldn't recommend.
it didn't leave an lasting impression on me, so therefore it wasn't good.
I wouldn't recommend this whole series. The first film in the series is, I think, interesting because it gave
Hmm.
you a different perspective on wizards, but the whole series is garbage, mama.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. You know what? I do remember because there was like one part where Dumbledore and like his lover, like
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald, they have like the epic battle at the end or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I remember from that movie, and everything else, I maybe it was my ADHD, maybe it was just the fact that I was not interested. But I don't remember the rest of the entire
Yeah.
movie.
More queer representation than bros, though.
Oh,
Which, if you've listened to the
damn!
last podcast episode, oh no, not this podcast, the other one.
Ah!
Never mind. Let's move on. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I saw
Um,
it.
I know you did. You already mentioned it earlier in the episode. I think Scarlet Witch really is the only reason to watch the movie.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
would you recommend it though?
Um, okay, I would recommend it just to get like the storyline of the Scarlet Witch out of it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a good movie, but yeah, Scarlet Witch slayed the whole time though.
More queer representation than bros though. Because America
All right,
Chavez had a
Amerigo Chavez,
lesbian
yeah.
moms. Okay, all I'll say is that if it was an isolated film and the MCU did not exist, I don't think I'd recommend it.
Mm,
But given that
okay,
it's an
I
MCU
agree.
film and it's like you have to watch it to kind of get those story beats, then yeah, watch it. Also because
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch is the best part of that film. And I will say that, there was some production issues, writers changed, directors changed. It was supposed to be more horror based, I think, in the old version. It was supposed to be a
no,
little more scary. I think it would have been better that way, but Elizabeth Olsen is very great, very great. Very well, very
very
great. Yeah,
great.
very great. Whatever. As Scarlet Witch, and I think she does a great job in it. She really acts her Scarlet Witchessy off.
Nice, love it.
Top Gun Maverick. Did you watch that?
No,
Great.
okay.
Okay.
I heard it was a good movie, even though it seems like the most heterosexual movie in the world. I heard it was a good movie,
I saw
but
it.
okay, how was it?
And I didn't even see the first one.
Mm.
And I will say this, I don't like military propaganda.
Oh yeah, we hate
And
it.
it's kind of surprising how many Marvel films are military propaganda and we
Oh,
don't
so
really
many.
notice. Like when we
Captain
notice
America's
but we
entire storyline is that.
it's like we notice but we don't actually say anything about it. It's kind of just like, "Oh, it's fun." But it's a lot of military propaganda, maybe because it's not so overt, but this film is kind of overt military propaganda because it's as realistic to military, airmen, air force, whatever as possible.
Mm.
It's very gay. The film's gay. Like there's no gay in the film, but
I
it's
mean, the
gay.
film's
Like
gay.
like a bunch of shirtless men playing football on a beach, like running into each other. It's like it's whimsical in those portions. It's very whimsical. I will say this: the directing of the film is amazing.
Okay.
The pacing is very good. I don't really care about the plot. The visuals are great though. So it as a film, like a study of directing a film, maybe producing a
No.
film, is actually great. I I,
Is
I
that?
left the theater and I was like, that was actually a really good movie, like
Is that?
objectively.
So you would recommend it?
However,
Oh, however.
I
Okay.
I would recommend it if you're into these kind of films, for sure, you'd love it. If you like war films, you like Tom Cruise, if you like the first one, whatever. If you're a film buff, if you like aspects of directing, if you like critiquing films like that, definitely see it 'cause it's very good. But if you're just a casual viewer, or if this is not even a film you normally see, don't see it. It's not worth it.
Okay, slay. I'm not gonna see it, but
Fire Island.
I saw it.
It's amazing.
We've already highlighted this on the podcast a couple times.
I know, but I just want to talk about it. It's amazing.
It was amazing. So
Yeah.
many different marginalized lenses coming into one storyline, which I found very fun. And
Queer friendships. Queer friendships that are not predicated on, well, not predicated on all of them just fucking each other, which is great to
hmm,
see, but queer friendships not predicated on any sort of contingencies besides the fact that they're chosen family, you know?
yeah,
Like there's nothing else driving it except for their actual genuine affection for each other, and I love that.
I love it. Just like I love you,
Excuse.
my genuine affection for you.
All right, moving on. Thor: Love and Thunder. Did you see Thor: Love and Thunder? Oh,
I
you did.
did. I did see
What did
Thor:
you
Love and
think?
Thunder.
More queer representation than bros.
Oh. I will say I feel like this movie got a lot of shit. I thought it was fun. Was it my favorite movie? No.
Yeah.
Was it better than all the other movies I saw this year? No. But it was fun. Like it was like,
Yeah.
for me in the terms of the level of fun, it was like Sonic the Hedgehog type of fun, right? Like it wasn't my
Right.
favorite movie, but
Yeah, I think fun. They leaned into the comedic fun of it too much, though.
okay. I could see that.
Like it was fun. Like it was a completely turn off my brain, keep my eyes open, just take it all in kind of movie. I didn't have to think for 1 second in the film because the film does not touch on any real uh conflicting plot. Like there's no real struggle there. There's no
Yeah.
real they sort of whisper about it. They kind of brush up against it, like the father-daughter relationship between Gore and his daughter. Jane Foster dealing with her cancer diagnosis and trying to do something good with the last bit of her life, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Bless you.
sorry, I'm sick. They had things that I think they should have just nailed a little deeper. Um, okay, like my asshole, I know. They really should have put every inch into it, but they didn't. They
I
kind of
just like
just
my
chilled and
asshole.
they just poked at it, and I'm like, there was a really good film and story here. There was. It's just that Taika Waititi sort of put that on the base level and then just piled a bunch of what he thought was funny on top of it, which a
Yeah.
lot of it was funny, but I was like, but what about the real human story here of Jane Foster suffering from cancer, being given this great gift and knowingly sacrificing herself
Yeah.
to do good? And also,
And then
I've
she
said this before,
died.
I've said this before and I'll say it again, but a woman's power being contingent on a man giving it to her is not exactly
Yeah.
something I want to see anymore. Also, people going, "Oh my God, Jane Foster and Thor, they're finally like a real romantic couple." And I was like, "That's what you got from this fucking film?" It's like they were never a believable couple, and I don't like how Taika Waititi forced it to be that way.
And then she died. So how
And
could
then
they be a real couple if she's dead anyway?
she's got to come back. She's got to come back.
I mean, she's in Valheimen now, right? So sorry,
Chris Hemsworth,
Valhalla.
Chris Hemsworth, who recently was diagnosed with a predisposition to Alzheimer's, which I'm very sorry to hear, said he's taking a break from acting, but he said if he's doing another Thor film, it would be his last film most likely, and it has to be drastically different. And I completely
Mm,
agree. Because Thor Ragnarok was really good because it was so different than the first two Thor films.
yeah.
But Thor Love and Thunder was like Ragnarok turned to 12, and I'm like, I don't want to see more of what I already saw. I want you and Thor Ragnarok had a really good personal story, I think, that was played out through the entire film.
Yeah.
Love and Thunder was just like a pulpy, like sort of
Pulpy orange juice.
like bright rainbow vomit out of a unicorn. Like it's fun to look at, but like there's nothing deep there.
Okay. Interesting. Would you recommend it?
Uh, honestly, no.
Okay. Slay.
I think Jane Foster's Thor was so mishandled.
Yeah. True. Lady
This
Thor or whatever.
powerful female character who in the comic books the comic book storyline for her is so good. Just adapt it. Like I know people want to put their own spin on it, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It was already so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Nope.
I did not see this.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It was a follow up to
uh,
the movie that I did see, I think, though. What was it?
well, it's not a follow-up. It's just another film
Another film
that
in
he
that
did.
universe. Oh, it's just another film. I thought it was in that same universe, though.
I don't think he hasn't claimed that they're all connected yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
rip.
the film Us,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's what's his name? Jordan Peele wrote another film, Nope. It is a, sort of like sci-fi horror film kind of.
Hmm.
I liked it better than Us.
Oh, nice.
I think it might be, in my opinion, as good as Get Out, if not better. I think this is probably my favorite film that he's done so far. Um, Deep themes about uh well, a lot of his films have to do with race, obviously, because he spotlights, African American Black people in his films. So
Yeah.
a lot of themes about that, but also about like surprisingly things like animal cruelty and treatment of animals. So I think you should watch it. No spoils. I
Okay,
definitely
I will.
recommend.
I will at some point, yes.
Barbarian. You didn't
I
see
don't
it.
think I saw it. No.
I recommend it. It's a great, fun, pulpy horror film. Horror is the genre that is always about creators and writers and actors doing weird and wild shit that you can't do in other films because it would never get made or it never get seen.
Hmm.
Horror is like a testing lab for all this new shit. And I love it. It's great. It's disjointed plot. It's not disjointed, it's just segmented plot. It's funny. It has like a very good narrative on honestly like the dynamics between men and women, which I was kind of
Mm.
surprised to see, and particularly how men operate in society and then how women operate in society in similar circumstances. I was like, oh my.
Mm. Oh,
A little on the
stunning.
nose, a little on the nose in some of the conversations because they openly
Mm.
talk about it, but they're accurate. So I was like, interesting.
Oh, stunning.
Don't Worry, Darling.
I did not see this. No.
Don't Worry, Darling is just a Black Mirror episode.
I haven't seen Black Mirror, so.
So Black Mirror is a series about like usually about sort of dystopian society, sci-fi, futuristic dystopian
Yeah.
shit. This film kind of like that. It had a lot of that like background production nonsense that which got it in the news in a negative way. Olivia
Yeah.
Wilde, Florence Pugh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that kind of shit. But overall, like, I wish I hadn't seen anything about the film, and I wish I just saw the film because I would have enjoyed it more. But knowing all
Hmm.
this background shit, I was like kind of distracted throughout the film. So I would recommend it. Although I think when people watch it now, if you're plugged into pop culture, it's gonna be hard to not like go, oh well, there's
Well,
fucking Olivia Wilde, the director, who did all this shady shit on the side, apparently, like blah blah blah. Like it's a bit iffy.
yeah, well, I'm not plugged into pop culture, but also I know how the movie goes because I've read a little bit about it.
Hmm.
Because there was controversy about like how the movie plays out.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
so I know like what happens. Should I?
I mean, it's about men controlling women, basically.
Yeah, I figured out that they're in a simulation or whatever.
Yeah.
It starts out
Spoiler
they're
alert.
all happy and dandy, having sex, fucking around, whatever. And then they find out that he actually brought her into a simulation, is like controlling her.
Here's the real gag, though.
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde's character. This is another spoiler, by the way. Olivia Wilde's character knows, and she wants to stay there anyway.
Okay, weird.
Because no, 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 no. There's a good reason. In the real world, both of her kids are dead,
Oh.
and the only way she can see them is in this reality. So she
Oh.
knows. So she knows all these other people, all these other women are here against their will, but she plays along because she's able to stay here and be with her kids, which obviously is conflicted and not great. But that part I was like gagged because I didn't know about it. I was like, oh,
Gagged.
it's like Olivia Wilde. I forgot she can act. Bros.
Bros.
I don't.
A
You know what's
straight
funny?
movie.
Every every time we talk about it now, I feel like I have to defend that I like the film. I
No,
do
I
like the
do.
film.
I like the film as well. I do.
I think I was just critical of it because I was like, because the media campaign built it up to be such a big thing. Like
I
it built
think
it up to be such a big thing for the queer community.
yeah, we were going into it I think with high hopes that it was going to be something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
And it ended up being just like a regular rom-com that just had it starred a gay relationship.
Yeah. And I
I
think
don't think
that's
it
what
did
it was
anything
supposed to be.
new. Yeah, that was what it was supposed to be. It didn't do anything new, I don't think.
Besides,
Uh,
being gay.
Besides being gay and
Yeah.
starring some queer characters. But I feel like it wasn't groundbreaking. I'll say that.
Yeah, like it's groundbreaking in that it's a queer film made by like almost entirely, if not entirely queer people, a queer rom-com that we haven't really seen. But in terms of the plot, in terms of the decision making, in terms of the struggle, especially as people in the queer community looking at it, knowing about these things and how they exist,
Yeah,
I wasn't like gagged.
yeah,
I was gagged because of the production of it. I was like, oh my God, it's so great. But I wasn't like, the storytelling is like sending me. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't
yeah,
doing that.
yeah.
I'd recommend it though, for
The
sure.
plot is a little like lacking, but the rest of it, like the comedy, is great. I loved all the jokes. The comedy is
The
amazing.
comedy, yeah, it's really a comedic film.
The com part of the rom com was great. The rom in it was okay.
Ramatra, Hellraiser.
Ramatra, sorry, Prometheus. You got it wrong.
Prometheus. Hellraiser. Did you see the new Hellraiser film?
No.
I've never seen a Hellraiser film. This is the first one I saw.
Hmm.
It's solid.
Hmm.
I'd recommend.
Okay. What's it about?
Basically, it's about these beings from a different dimension who love torturing humans because they feed off the pain. So the
Hmm.
plot is basically there's this puzzle box that as you solve it, it gets to different like configurations, and whoever it stabs is targeted by these other beings. I think it's from hell. I think they're from hell. That's
Hmm.
the idea. And they torture them in the most, it's super graphic. It's incredibly graphic. Fucking flaying people, organs everywhere, skin getting ripped off, chains, needles in the eyes. Um, you know,
Wow. Maybe I shouldn't watch this.
she's all like, but stars a trans non-binary woman as the main demon, and she fucking kills it.
Oh,
She fucking kills it.
stunning.
And the gay actor from 13 Reasons Why is in the film as well.
Which one? I feel like there were a
The one that
couple
dies of AIDS.
in 13 Reasons Why.
Did you not see the ending?
Someone dies of AIDS at the end of 13 Reasons Why.
I'm sorry. Wait, didn't you see the? I thought you saw. Did we
I
discuss
thought I
this?
saw the ending.
He dies of HIV because of intravenous drug use because he gets HIV from it.
Which one?
The one that like becomes like his brother because he lives with him.
Did I even watch this show? I'm not even sure.
Okay, well,
I'm not even sure I watched this show.
maybe you did. Well, he dies of HIV, so he's gay in real life, and he's in
Yeah.
the Hellraiser was a gay film, more queer representation than Bros.
Here we go.
Halloween Ends. Did you see that film?
I did.
Okay, you did see this one, right? Because I'm gonna say something about it, and I don't want you to
Wait.
go, "Oh my God,"
No, I lied actually. I saw the other Halloween, the one before this one.
which was trash.
Oh, the one
Halloween
where it
Kills.
ends. The one where it ends with the house on fire. That's the one I saw.
That's the first one, Mama.
No, 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 no. The not Halloween Ends. The one directly before it is the one that I saw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the first one of the new trilogy. You didn't even see Halloween. You didn't. No, 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 no. Halloween ends with the house on fire. Halloween Kills, the sequel, the one that's before ends, does not end with a house on fire.
Wait, there was one in between that I missed.
I can't keep doing these reviews if you don't even know the. Okay.
I didn't know
For
there was
anyone
one in
just-
between.
For anyone just joining us, Halloween was a film in like the 80s or some shit. 70s maybe?
Yeah.
And they made a ton of Halloween films. Most of them sucked. They rebooted it back in 2019 or 2018, whatever. The reboot was really good.
Yeah.
It was a sequel to the original 40 years later, Jamie Lee Curtis. That's the role she should have got nominated for. There's a sequel, Halloween Kills, garbage, hot turds, diarrhea in my mouth. Then there's the last one of the trilogy, Halloween Ends, which I can't talk about now because you haven't seen apparently either of them. I'll just say this, no spoilers. It's better than Halloween Kills, but it's certainly not as good as the Halloween or Halloween, the sequel Halloween.
Yeah. The first one of the new trilogy.
Yeah, or the first original one back in the 80s or whatever. Better than Kills, not as good as those other two, but still ends, I think, on a good note.
Okay. Well,
Moving
then
on.
I gotta watch these movies apparently.
Oh my God. Black Adam. You didn't see this.
I did not see it. No.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's garbage.
Okay,
Let's move
well.
on. Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Well, I did not see that. No, I did.
We were there!
We saw it together. We were in Disney.
Yeah, I think we both recommend it.
Yeah, I'd say I'd recommend it. Lovely movie. Did we talk about it on the pod at all?
We did, I think.
Yeah, lovely exploration of emotions, I think, and like
Of loss.
exploring grief. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, definitely recommend.
See, this is what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has going for it. Sometimes these sequels or newer films deal with topics that previous films just scratched the surface on.
Hmm.
Like the Guardians of the Galaxy series is an exploration of family, a very good exploration of family, both found family, adopted family, and biological family. And this film is about loss and grief, loss of a loved one, loss of family, loss of uh you know identity, like or gaining identity. And Tenoch Huerta, the actor who plays Namor,
Yeah, yeah.
fucking oh my god. Oh my
All
god.
right,
The fucking
we are at. Hang on. I know you want this man to pound you, okay? But we are at 45 minutes, and we haven't
listen,
even
the
gone to the
fans
music part.
the fans don't care. The fans don't care. Don't worry, the music part actually is a lot faster because I'm not even listing all of them.
Okay.
There's only two films left. Glass Onion.
Yeah, we saw it together. I think.
Would you recommend?
Yeah, I would recommend. Yeah, but
Great.
I didn't see the original one though, so I need to
I
watch
know.
that.
Well, they're not related, thankfully. Avatar: The Way of Water.
Plan on seeing it, so don't spoil it.
I will just say I'm extremely conflicted, and then we can talk
Okay.
about it later.
Yeah, we could talk about it on
Anime that
yeah.
came out. Well, two of them I'm not talking about because Jackie put them there. Chainsaw Man and Bleach. Bleach is fun. It's a finally getting that last arc animated after years of it being canceled. Chainsaw Man is iconic. We should all be watching it.
Is Bleach? No, no, no. Sorry, I'm thinking of One Piece that just has a million episodes, right?
One, yeah, it's not even over yet.
Yeah. Okay. I get them confused because I also haven't seen either of them. So
TV shows. White Lotus season 2. Everyone should watch it. Jennifer Coolidge is amazing.
I just keep seeing the memes of her. I don't even know what the show is about, and I see her going around like, "The gays gotta kill him." I'm like, what are these memes?
Honestly, she's right. The woman was justified. The woman was justified in that film, in that show. Jennifer Coolidge was justified. Watch it. It's great. Okay, House of the Dragon season 1. You
I
watched
saw
this.
it. I finally saw it.
Would you recommend?
I would recommend. Yeah, I think I would.
I would too. I think it is probably taking the best parts of Game of Thrones and keeping them and
Yeah,
removing some of the worst parts.
I think that I still don't like the woman hating. That's like consists of the entire show
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, anyone with a vagina can't do anything apparently.
Yeah, I don't like that, and also I don't like that I know how the series ends now because Joffrey spoiled it.
Well, I also told you, I was like, Joffrey spoiled it, but don't look because you didn't know.
I know,
first.
but
You're like, "Wait."
I wanted to know.
Okay,
But also,
well,
there's a thing about that scene where, yeah, he says that, but like, how do you know he's even telling the truth? I don't
right,
know.
we don't know because like the history. Someone explained that the book that this is based off of,
Yeah,
is a recounting of the history within the like Fire and Blood or whatever the book is called is a recounting of the Targaryen problems, but not by reputable people. It's by
right.
people who were reporting it, but of course history is always skewed. So what we're seeing is probably exactly what happened,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
given a visual media. I'm assuming. I don't think George R. R. Martin is deliberately showing us something that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's okay if there's gonna be little, inconsistencies. But she fucks the uncle, so like I hope she dies. She's nasty.
She fucks the uncle, but that's
Wait,
normal for them. That is normal for that family. And
let's
can I
finish
just
up.
say real quick about
Yeah,
this?
tell me.
She
Tell me,
fucks
buddy.
the uncle, but
Yeah.
like, okay, she was like 18, and she was like almost fucking the uncle, and she was like of age, and the dad freaks out about it. The king. He's like, why the fuck would you try to fuck my daughter? And then later, like 10 years later, when they get married, then the dad doesn't care anymore. What's
Well,
that
here's the thing.
inconsistency?
I will say this. The dad doesn't care anymore because the dad was the one chillest character who just wanted his family to vibe together. He was just happy that his brother was back at the table and that his daughter was happy. And
But
also
why
he
was
was
he
like
so mad about it in the first place then?
because
She was of
because
age. If she was a minor, then I'd
well,
understand.
because back then the Targaryens actually didn't like that.
Oh, well.
They liked marrying distant relatives, like second cousins and shit, or people of that other house.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah,
what
Valerian or whatever.
Valerian, whatever,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. But direct relatives like that, they weren't a fan until, I mean, afterwards. Obviously, you have a lot of
Mhm.
incest going on. Let's go to music because we already talked about games in the other episode.
Yeah.
Whichever order that's gonna be released in. I listen to a lot of music. I'm sure you've listened to none of it because you never take my recommendations. So we're just gonna blow
Liz,
right
okay,
through this.
here's what we need to do. We need to make a co Spotify playlist, a what do the gays think Spotify playlist, and you just add
Yeah.
music to it and I'll listen to it.
You know what's funny though? These lists, which are all accessible, or the episodes are all out, you could just watch or listen to them and then be like, oh, he said I should listen to this, and then
Okay,
do
but then
it.
I'd have to rewatch the episodes and I'd have to put effort
There's
in.
a list here. There's a list last year too. I think there also might be a 2021 as well.
Okay. 2021 was last year, by the way. I just want
No,
to.
I said there's one for last year, and there's also a 2021, as in a
Oh,
2020
okay.
comma
Comma
like
one.
that. Yeah,
Language is so hard.
just like I am for this music. Okay, Charlie XCX album Crash came out. Lots of good songs. Yuck is the best song on it.
Okay.
I once asked a drag queen to lip sync to it, and she said, "You think I know what that is? I only know one Charlie XCX song." And I said, "Well, I guess you're in charge." Trixie Mattel released the Blonde and the Pink album. Come on, Loretta's great. Uh,
Come on, who?
come on, Loretta.
Oh, okay. Not come on, Loretta.
No, the song's kind of about a woman who is like with a man she shouldn't be with, who's like not achieving her goals, and he's like, "Come on,
Mm.
Loretta, like you've wanted to do all this shit, go ahead and do it."
Yep.
Beyonce. Now, of every album this year, if Beyonce's album comes on and that music starts playing, I am dancing. And then I'm
Yeah.
thrashing. I'm writhing on the floor,
Crashing.
dying. I'm
Why?
living. I'm living.
Oh,
This
okay.
album's great. I
You
know a lot of
just said
people
you
were
were
like,
dying.
there was a lot of people who were like, I don't think it's that great. And then some of those people were like, well, it's because I don't even like Beyonce. I think she's overrated. And I was like, okay, how about you just in a vacuum listen to the music and
Yeah.
try to have your own opinion about it?
That's how I feel about
Let
you listening to Shawn Mendes.
I've listened to Shawn Mendes. I don't like it that much.
Never mind. Never mind.
Wait, are you saying that I do like or don't like Shawn Mendes?
No, you've made comments in the past where you're just like, I just don't like Shawn Mendes' music, like any of it.
I
without
don't.
without listening to any individual song.
I have listened to his music.
Well,
I
this is
have
the
though.
comment of you saying, "Oh, I just don't like Beyonce. I think she's overrated," without listening to each individual
No,
song.
no, I have heard Shawn Mendes' music though.
But all of them.
Not his most recent album, but his first two I think I listened to, and I wasn't a
Okay,
fan.
continue.
Because I'm not one of those people who says that shit without listening. Okay. I say as I do, and I lead by example. I'm not going to be out there saying, "Oh, I hate Shawn Mendes music," and they're like, "Did you listen to this?" And be like, "No, of course not." No, I've listened to like his first two albums. All right, "Whore."
All
"Cuff It" is a
right.
great song off the album, and I think it's probably the best song. It's
What
the
was
most
the
danceable
song?
song. "Cuff It."
Cuff it. Okay.
While I bust it for you, baby, every day,
Is that how it
whatever.
goes?
Yeah, there's a line like that.
Okay.
Panic! At the Disco released an album and it's garbage. It's hot garbage, mama. Viva Las Vengeance. I don't know what Brendan Urie is doing anymore. His last three albums have just not been it for me. I always
Mm.
listen. There's one song I tolerate, and the rest are intolerable.
Mm, mm,
I would
mm.
not recommend. Megan Thee Stallion came out with Traumazine. I didn't really listen to the album that much, but I love the song Her.
Oh yeah, that one's fun.
That I'll dance to as well.
Mm.
I'll make a fool. And then Sweetest Pie because it features Dua Lipa.
Of
Rina
course.
Sawayama, Queer Woman.
Yeah.
Rina Sawayama released Hold the Girl. Amazing album. I think Send My Love to John is the most like emotional piece of queer music I've ever heard.
Oh, I love that one. I listened to that one.
It's the gayest song I've ever heard.
Oh goddamn, Mike. Sorry, my Google Calendar notification again.
Jesus Christ. And I love it. I love This Hell. I love Frankenstein. It's all great. Paramore, who hasn't had an album in a hot minute, released two singles because their album's coming out next year.
Mm.
This Is Why in the News. It's more alternative vibey sound. I'm excited for it. They're both very fun singles. Carly Jepsen, The Loneliest Time. The Loneliest Time. I'm having the loneliest time. And I listen to that song and I feel better.
Oh, my sweetie.
Also, it's 420 Blaze.
Oh, Blaze. Wow.
The Loneliest Time, the track The Loneliest Time, is one of my favorite songs that came out this year. It's amazing. I thought you'd have more
I didn't.
response to
I
it.
didn't know you were expecting me to respond there. I thought you
I
were gonna
thought you'd
keep
be like, ooh,
going.
stunning. Okay.
Oh, stun. Oh,
A lot of
stunning.
I like half the album for sure. The other half I'm kind of working on, but The Loneliest Time is one of the best songs of 2022.
Oh, stunning.
Okay, moving on.
I got you
The
that time.
chain
I had you.
the Chainsaw Man anime came out with a song for its opening theme called Kickback. I don't
Yeah.
know if it came out in 2022 because they might have picked it up from a band that came out earlier, but
Mm.
that song's amazing. Taylor Swift came out with the album Midnights.
Yes,
And
yes,
I think
yes.
I told you this when I first heard it. I thought it was hot garbage.
Oh, but then you re-listen to it, and it's
And then I
you
was
love it
on my
now.
LSD trip, and then I listened to it, and I felt great. The same LSD trip, I felt great about my body afterwards. I listened to Midnight's front to back, no skips in order, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's actually sonically very good. The sound, like the sound production, her voice is, her voice, whatever, but like sonically the songs are very good. Antihero is probably the best track,
I love
although
Antihero. I love it.
Karma's great, Bejeweled. Sweet Nothing is more of a sentimental slow jam, but it's so cute.
Hmm. Hmm.
Basically it's about like, all these people want all these things in the world. All these people want all these things from me, but the only thing you've wanted from me is sweet nothings. Like that's the only thing you expected me is these cute small things. And I was like,
That's what I expect of you as well.
I want a man who just gives me sweet nothings.
Okay. Come over.
Okay.
Give you some sweet nothings.
Give me that sweet something.
No, no,
The
no.
Megan Trainor came out with an album, Taking It Back. I don't know how it did, but I like the first and last song on the album, Sensitive
I
and Final
think
Breath.
I saw only one post about Megan Trainor's new album, and it was someone saying, "I'm glad that Megan Trainor keeps the same like artistic aesthetic in all of her music because it's the same music as she released a decade ago."
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what
It's
somebody
this
said.
like a cappella poppy music, and it
Yeah.
sounds the same. You pick Lips Are Moving, that song.
Yeah.
If your lips are moving, you pick that song and you pick out Sensitive from this album, they are the same song.
And
And I love it. I love the
I mean Slay. I
consistency.
mean, I love Lips Are
Ed
Moving.
Ed Sheeran released Celestial, which was in the Pokemon game.
Was it?
Did you listen to the credits?
I think I did listen to the credits. I just didn't
The
notice it was Ed
song,
Sheeran.
the song that played was Celestial. Okay, so the word is celestial,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But he pronounces it celestial. He gives it that
Let me
extra
see.
syllable.
Celestial. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
celestial.
celestial.
Yeah.
He goes celestial, giving it that extra syllable, which is fine. I'm sure both are acceptable in whatever, but it's kind of disconcerting to hear. I don't really like the song that much.
Okay.
Also, why is
Love
Ed
that.
Sheeran in my Pokemon game?
Why
Fuck
is
off.
why is Toby Fox in my Pokemon game? Do you know Toby
Who?
Fox?
Oh
Toby
wait, isn't that the
Fox.
guy that did the composition for Deltarune and for
He's the creator of Undertale and Deltarune, and I love
and he
him
did
honestly. He's
and he
great.
did the composition for the music, right?
Yeah, he basically did everything. No, okay, he did the coding for the game, the composition for the music, and then someone else did like the art design.
No,
But
no, I
he's
meant for Pokemon.
yeah, for Pokemon he was the music composer. Yes.
Can I say something though that might hurt your feelings?
What?
I didn't like the music in Scarlet and Violet.
Well, it be that. I don't think he composed all of the music, but I love Toby
But did
Fox and I
you
love his music.
I think there was one jam. There was one jam. I think it was the when you fight uh the Cassiopeia, the final
That
fight
was
of
a
Cassiopeia.
jam.
That was a jam. That was the only jam to be found though. The rest was
Also,
jelly.
I think you know how everyone was going around saying the Elite Four had a bug with the music and that it like wasn't coming through. I think I had that bug when I fought the Elite Four because
I don't
there
think I
when
had
I
it.
fought the Elite Four there was like there was like no music, or it was like a couple of like
I
background
just thought it
beats.
I thought it was just bad.
Oh, it could have just been bad.
Also, wait. Everyone's shitting on the Elite Four member Gita. Is that her name?
The champion Gita.
Yeah.
Why is everyone shitting on her?
She's getting a lot of hate, and I think it's racially linked. But everyone keeps going like, "Oh, she's shitty. She's like a terrible champion. Like she has a shit team. Like why does she have these Pokemon on her team?" And I was like, "Why does it matter?"
Slay.
I was like, "I don't understand the Chris." And they're like, "Oh, she's not that great of a character." I was like, "None of these characters are great. It's a Pokemon game."
I mean, Larry should have
I'm
been the
like,
champion. No.
like honestly, once in a blue moon, you get a good character in a Pokemon game. N from Black and White, Cynthia from Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, Cynthia and N could both fuck me
Like
at
besides
the
that
same
though,
time.
who the fuck cares about these characters? They're not
Like,
great.
I didn't like. Um, we should stick to the top of the episode, but I didn't like Wallace, who was the champion of Pokemon Emerald. Steven was okay. I don't really think I liked many of the champions before
But like
Cynthia.
I don't know why like these characters are so not relevant. Like why are we even ascribing a like or dislike to them? It's just an NPC you're battling. I don't
Slay.
know. I think it was
I mean, a
because
lot of characters are just NPCs that you're
I think
battling.
it was because she was a woman of color. They didn't like that.
Possible.
I think that was
I
it.
did not have any problem with Gita personally. I
I
so
liked her. I love her hair, that big, fucking flowy, just locks of silky smooth hair.
I did not have a problem with her. I thought she was just champion. I was like, okay, there she
Yeah.
is.
Black and White had the best themes out of the last few games.
Oh, like the theme songs. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
After Black and
I
White
can
just fell
agree
the
with
fuck
that.
right off.
Yeah, I agree.
Last two songs here on the list, just by Billie Eilish. The 30th in TV, she released two songs and a little mini sort of like album thing. Not even album,
Yeah.
just two singles. They're both amazing, especially the 30th. Her vocal run she does near the end of the song works my pussy out. So that was the film, television, anime, and music of the 2022 year that I was listening to / watching and enjoying.
Nice.
I recommend most of them. Some of them definitely don't. Matt obviously has not really seen or heard from many of these things, but maybe he'll look at this list and want to try some.
I will try some, and I will say this: I am first of all, I'm not like a huge music person in general, but
I know. I think
the
there's something
times
wrong.
the times that I do listen to music, it's when I'm driving. That's like my main time to listen to music. But the problem is that I now work from home, so I never drive. So I never listen to music. Basically, that's why I don't know anything.
See, we are a dichotomy here because I'm the kind of person who's like people just don't listen to music throughout the day.
Well, because if I'm working, then I can't listen to music and focus. Like I need
I
to.
know that's what I'm saying. I'm like people don't do that. They don't listen to it like just around the house. Like I listen to music every single day for probably multiple hours a day, and I thought everyone did that,
No,
and it's not true.
I don't really. Yeah, it depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm cooking, then I will play music while I'm cooking. But if I'm working, I'm not listening to music because I can't focus.
I mean, I got porn on and Billie Eilish. The sound of skin slapping and her screaming.
At the same time, and it adds a real nice
Yeah.
aesthetic to it.
Yeah. Well, this has been the review. Our review episodes are done. So now expect the next episodes to be brand fresh new 2023 episodes.
Yes, and usually we do like this 2023 like goals, New Year goals, and also like did we meet our goals from last year?
Oh God, we did.
And we also made like predictions, and then we'll see if they like came true. So you can expect that to probably come again at some point. But also, I think we're doing like a little bit of a new venture coming up in the new year as well.
Oh God, as if no one knows. As if no one knows. If you watch our stream, which I know one of you does, you know.
You know what's coming up. Anyway,
Yeah.
that'll happen, and then we'll see where it goes. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching or listening to this episode of the What Did the Gays Think podcast. And if you are celebrating the holidays, any holidays at all, we wish you a very happy holidays and a happy new year coming up.
Yes.
If you don't follow us on Twitter, our Twitter is at WDTGT Podcast. It's probably the easiest way to get notifications of our content.
We're on Mastodon now.
We're on Mastodon now. Come follow us on Mastodon. It's Pride Empire. You can find the link in the description. Or you could join our Discord, where we also post our notifications. The girls are fighting. It's a good thing it's the end of the episode.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, go join our Discord. The link's in the description. And I think that's it. Oh, we stream at What Did the
We
Gamers
do.
Think.
Oh my God, we do.
We stream.
Oh my
We stream
God,
on Twitch
we do,
at What Did the
yeah.
Gamers Think. That's GAYNERS. Again, the link is in the description. If you want to come play games with us on Mondays and Thursdays at 8:30. That's it. Thank you, everybody. And I am Matt. Not saying my last name this time. Just Matt.
Matt Redacted.
Matt Redacted.
And I'm trying to explain to Matt how many Halloween films there are and which one he's actually seen. Oh God.
Goodbye.
I need vocal rest. You hear this? I ruined my voice today. Two episodes, two pod recordings ruined my voice.
Okay, say goodbye so I can end the recording, though. Goodbye.
Goodbye.